Hi, this is Lucia, and I'm here with Rich Mansour from Zaman. Rich and his ensemble just played at the Samita Fair, the San Diego Middle Eastern Dance Association Festival, and we're here today to find out about this new band. Rich, can you tell us about Zaman? What is it?
Well, Zaman is currently an eight-piece, uh, basically band that formed as a rock band originally, and then at some point earlier this year, uh, kind of went into the Middle Eastern direction, uh, primarily belly dance music, instrumental belly dance music. Um, what the word means is it's a pastime or an era for something that existed at one point, came and gone, but will always kind of be there as a memory. So it's a reference to that. It's a reference to past time or era.
And what era would you say Zaman is most influenced by?
In its current state, certainly a combination of primarily 1970s Egyptian orchestral music mixed in with the Western sounds of surf, early 60s, influenced surf rock, and perhaps throw in a little good spaghetti Western for good measure as well. Yeah.
Now, your ensemble is new here in San Diego. What would you like to accomplish?
Oh boy, that could be a long answer, but I mean, for short, I would say to try and encourage, really, see, the interesting part about a question like that is, it's easier to impress maybe people that are not musicians or dancers. But if you can impress the dancers, and especially other musicians, then that's usually when you know you've done something. Kind of like an artist once told me, I can paint something, but most people will like it. But it's not them I'm after. If I get other artists, especially the real good artists, that come up to me and say that was great, then at least I know I've hit a mark. And so in terms of Zaman, if other bands that exist now, or other musicians, I should say, come up to us and say, wow, that's great, what you guys are doing is excellent. And if there's, say, a year or two from now, 10 or 20 other Zamans that form as a result of, say, what we put together, if what we did can influence other types of bands to come about, then I would say that would probably be the most significant thing, is because you can only last so long doing this. Nobody ever lasted forever. Not Elvis Presley, not Michael Jordan, not Mike Tyson. Take any great artist or musician or athlete. All they have at the end of the day is their honor and their legacy. And if you can, I would say, leave something behind for, say, kids to follow in your footsteps, then that would be the greatest accomplishment to me. But for short, just to kind of steer it back into that direction, because it's kind of dwindled. I get asked this a lot, and it's the state of music in general, but primarily the belly dancing. I noticed a big hole in it very, very early on, and it really surprised me. And it was music that I've been doing for a long time, since I was a kid, actually. And I kind of went back into it just for that reason. I was like, like this it just blew my mind originally, actually, because all I saw people dancing to was CDs, and I can't say how many people that I spoke to. I'm like, what's going on here? And everybody just had the same answer: lack of live bands, very few musicians, and the good ones are very high priced. That it's hard to do anything with them.
So are you seeking to take the Middle Eastern dance and music into a whole new direction? Better, more accomplished, more professional?
I personally think that the good old days are behind us. What I mean by that is the best kind of already came and gone. But that doesn't mean something along them lines couldn't happen again. And when I make that reference to, say, quote, the best, which really in reality I don't believe in that word anyways, but I guess the best to me were some of the very people I was influenced by in the first place. And I haven't seen something like that in many years. It would it would be really my interest to kind of steer people into trying to not sample so much, stop ripping other people off, come up with your own sounds. I mean, it's, you know, and just kind of go back to just picking up an instrument, stop choreographing so much, and just improvise and go along with it. And I personally believe somebody should play the same in front of a group of people, be it 100 people, be it 1,000 or more, as they would in their own bedroom, much like a dancer would in their bedroom to a mirror. Just feel it and move along with it. It's gotten so choreographed that kind of upsets me, and that goes with just everything, the dancing, the music. Everything is very like perfect, and I don't think it should be perfect. It's not supposed to, because where's the reality in that anyways? Life is not perfect, so when you try to pass it off as such, to me, it's fake.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And that's one thing. If you notice about our band, it's just that way. There are those little,
it's genuine.
There are those little imperfections that give it that quote live sound, and that's probably definitely what we're after, is to promote that that feel, because that's been missing for a long time. You got some bands that are doing the Arabic stuff, but when you listen to Zaman, it's kind of like being on steroids. You know, it's a lot louder. For those that have seen us or heard us, it's a lot louder. Right off the bat, you can tell that. So.
Okay, we're going to take a short break and we'll ask you some more questions, okay?